It goes without saying, the island life is celebrated with a pace and spirit that many admire. It's often described as laid back, a way of living that values simplicity, relationships, and taking things as they come. Yet, when this ethos meets the modern day work environment, a stark contradiction emerges, one that's hard to ignore. You could literally walk into a government office or a private business right now, and you can see it's not uncommon to sense a lack of energy. Workers often appear disengaged, moving through tasks as though they're being forced into roles they don't want. Requests are met with delays, customer service feels indifferent, and the overall atmosphere is one of reluctance rather than enthusiasm. It's pretty disheartening to see this, especially when one considers that these jobs provide a stable salary that provides for them and their families. Now let's contrast this with any community feast. Here, the same individuals come alive. There's an undeniable energy as people work together, preparing food, decorating, organizing, and ensuring everything runs smoothly. Laughter fills the air, everybody knows their role, and there's a sense of pride in the work being done. No one receives a paycheck, yet the effort and dedication are unmistakable. And why? At its core, a feast is deeply tied to our identity as culture. It's not just a gathering, it's a celebration of community, culture, and shared responsibility. The rewards, though intangible, are profound. The joy of giving, the satisfaction of contributing, and the strengthening of bonds. These values are ingrained in us, in our culture, and passed down through generations. On the other hand, the modern workplace often feels disconnected from these values. It's a system introduced from the outside, one that prioritizes efficiency and productivity over connection and meaning. For many, this disconnect can make work feel less fulfilling, more like a chore than a source of pride. Another factor could be the structure of the workplace itself. Too often, there's a lack of inspiration or real effective leadership. Employees may feel undervalued and stuck in, what is seemingly a monotonous day-to-day dead-end job that has no real purpose. In contrast, a feast is self-organized with everybody knowing what to do and everyone knowing that in the end it's really going to pay off. The difference is striking, and for someone like me who loves our culture and traditions, it's confusing. How is it that we can give so much of ourselves to a feast, but so little to the job that sustains us, and by extent, our children, our spouse, our family, our community, our nation? How do we reconcile these two realities? The solution lies in transforming the workplace itself. If jobs were seen not just obligations, but as opportunities to contribute meaningfully and to actually have a good earning, they might inspire the same energy as we see at our common dips. This requires leadership that values workers and employees, recognizes the contributions and hard efforts put in by the everyday person, and creates an environment where work feels like less of a burden and more like a coordinated effort. The contradiction between feasts and workplaces is the reflection of a deeper challenge. How do we embrace modern structures without losing the essence of who we are? How do we carry the vitality of our traditions into every aspect of our lives? It's a question I continue to wrestle with. The potential is there. Our people have shown it time and time again in how we celebrate, how we gather, and how we come together as a community. The challenge is unlocking the same spirit in the spaces where we work. What do you think? Is it about values, the system, or something else entirely? How can we bring the energy of our feasts into the modern workplace?